What is up, investors? Jason here. So we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to be talking about JP Morgan claiming that Bitcoin is overvalued, and as if the US dollar is not highly inflated. Anyways, we're also going to talk about NFTs, and we're going to talk about Blackrock, as well as some other news over in the crypto space. But we're going to take a quick look over at what the price of Bitcoin is doing and the rest of the crypto market. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor. Please be sure to smash, destroy, annihilate, or just gently press that like button to help me out with the YouTube algorithm and help spread the videos to more people that might find it interesting, and subscribe if you have not already. And you guys can also check me out on Rumble now. Link is in a pinned comment below. Now let's get to it. So looking over the price of Bitcoin right now, we have Bitcoin currently above $44,000. And the good thing here is that we've been able to keep Bitcoin above $42,000 for a couple of days now. And that's the big key thing here is Bitcoin staying above $42,000. There's a good amount of volume activity also coming into Bitcoin, which is great, really helping things out here. Now, the price of $42,000 is the best price that we have to get Bitcoin to a new all-time high. If we look at past performance of Bitcoin, when we see that when it passes over the price of $42,000 and it's able to hold, then we have a good chance of getting Bitcoin to a new all-time high. That's actually what happened the last time Bitcoin went to a new all-time high, when it did pass and find support above $42,000. And then before that, when we saw Bitcoin have a little bit of resistance at $42,000 and then break through it and then keep going, we had gone to our previous all-time high of Bitcoin back in April of that time. And so it all starts really with passing the price of $42,000 from what we've seen in the past. Now, if we were to fall through $42,000, then it's going to keep going down and hopefully just hold support at around $30,000 or $33,000 or so, which is very key prices for Bitcoin. But remember that video I made really recently, which you guys probably don't, where I had talked about a few major prices of Bitcoin, which $30,000, $33,000, $38,000, and $42,000. Those four prices of Bitcoin are very key to getting Bitcoin to a new all-time high. And I think we might be seeing that as long as everything does keep going the way that it is going. As long as it's bullish behavior within the crypto market, which it is very bullish. We do have a lot of green over in the crypto market. So this is all great stuff. And hopefully it does continue the way that it is. Now, we have seen some positive turns over in crypto, where just last week we had seen the crypto fear and greed index go to fear, which was great because we were in extreme fear for the longest time. And now we're in the neutral spot, which is a great spot to be into because we're very close to being in greed and extreme greed. I wouldn't be surprised that we're not going to be in extreme greed here probably in the next couple of days, as long as things do continue the way that they are going at this moment. Now we have Russia preparing to regulate Bitcoin as a currency on February 18th. So this is a very bullish thing for Bitcoin. And what's one of the things that's going on here is a couple things. One is that recently I talked about how Vladimir Putin said that Bitcoin should be regulated in Russia. They shouldn't do an all-out ban, and how it would make sense if Russia was doing a lot of Bitcoin mining, because a lot of the Bitcoin mining that was being done in like Kazakhstan had gone to the wayside, and Russia says it makes sense if they were being very dominant with the mining of Bitcoin, as they have the power apparently to be able to handle it. Now, another thing that is going on with Bitcoin is that Russia's inflation is kind of getting out of control, just like it is here in the United States. Now, Russia's inflation hits a 6-year high and adds a rate hike pressure. Now, there are a few rules that Russia has made as far as the transactions go with Bitcoin, and the cryptocurrency transactions will be allowed only through banking systems or licensed companies. In other words, banks will be allowed to act as intermediaries between users and crypto exchanges. Such banks will be the transparent blockchain transaction tool created by Rosfin Monitoring to check transactions for signs of illicit activities. Now, specifically, users will be required to report crypto transactions of over 600,000 rubles, approximately $8,000 United States, to federal taxation services or risk being prosecuted. Now, this part is kind of funny because it goes against what JP Morgan is saying, which kind of leads you to think that maybe JP Morgan has some different plans with crypto, trying to make some extra money here. But anyway, so as far as well buying goes with Bitcoin, since Bitcoin had dropped below the price of around $48,000 starting in December, 220,000 Bitcoins were bought by Bitcoin Whales since December. And this is the quickest accumulation since late 2019. So this is a bit different than this piece of information from JP Morgan. So late to the game, JP Morgan estimates that Bitcoin's fair value is at $38,000, 12% below current price. Now, Bitcoin's fair value is around 12% below the current price based on volatility in comparison with gold, according to JP Morgan, Chase & Co. Now, how the strategists calculated the fair value level at around $38,000 is based off of Bitcoin being roughly 4 times as volatile as gold. So we got to stop letting these institutions push these whole ideas of valuing Bitcoin based off of gold. We can say Bitcoin is like the gold of cryptocurrencies, but we're not going to say that we need to value Bitcoin based off of gold. That is just ridiculous. There is not a single fiat currency that I know of that is backed by gold. That ended a long time ago. And the reason is because there's not enough gold reserves to actually do such a thing, to actually back a currency by gold. I mean, if you think about the net worths of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, etc., there's not enough gold in Fort Knox to even back such a thing. So we can't value what a cryptocurrency is based off of what the fair value of gold is. That's just a completely ridiculous statement. And not only that, this same strategist that did make this claim has also said that he sees the price of Bitcoin eventually at some point in the future going upwards around $150,000, which is actually up higher from where it was a year ago, where he said $146,000. Now, some NFT news. McDonald's is looking to get in the whole NFT business and prepares for a metaverse play. Now, according to filings, McDonald's has applied for a trademark for its own virtual food and beverages, as well as downloadable multimedia files containing artwork, text, audio, and video files, and non-fungible tokens. Additionally, it's applied to have its own intellectual property covering entertainment services, specifically real-world and virtual concepts and events. One of the filings is for operating a virtual restaurant featuring actual and virtual goods, operating a virtual restaurant online featuring home delivery. So you go to a virtual restaurant on the metaverse, and you can have home delivery of real food, apparently. That is actually a pretty cool concept. Actually, I'm not really sure if it is. Now, to the news about Blackrock, who is planning to offer crypto trading, says sources, clients would be able to trade crypto through the firm's Aladdin investment platform. The New York-based company, which manages over $10 trillion in assets for institutions, plans to enter the cryptocurrency space with client support trading and then their own credit facility. One of the people said, in other words, clients would be able to borrow from Blackrock by pledging crypto assets as collateral. Now, there's no guarantee if these sources are true, but that's an interesting thing to hear. And not only that, as we are seeing more and more institutions involved with cryptocurrencies, speaking of the Bitcoin ETF by Grayscale, that application is getting closer and closer and looking better and better as the SEC is asking the public's opinion on this. So that's another great piece of news right there. So anyways, just a bit of updates of what's going on over in the crypto space, very broad, but I have plenty of other videos that talk about in specific coins in general, as well as also talking about stocks and such. But anyways, hope you guys like this video, and new videos coming out all the time. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video coming very soon.